note cards. Hi there, my name is Drake Meyer, and my informative speech is going to be over the recent crisis going around about Pope Francis's health. Pope Francis is among one of the most noteworthy people of our time. It's hard to understate the influence that he's had on the Catholic Church and honestly on the whole world as a whole. However, in recent years, some questions have been asked because of his increase in age and because of his declining health. This all kind of culminated when in these past few weeks he was admitted to the hospital, and where he still is at the time of doing this speech. It has raised concerns over his ability to lead, and has also raised the question of what would happen if, God forbid, something were to happen to the Pope and a new Pope had to be selected. As a member of the Catholic Church who has done a lot of research over this topic, I feel very equipped to inform you of this situation and put some of those good questions to rest. So let's begin with what has happened recently. On February 14th, 2025, Pope Francis was admitted to the hospital in the Vatican for what was thought to be a simple case of bronchitis. According to an article written for the BBC by Rainsford and Lamb on February 24th, he had breathing problems for a few days before that led to his hospitalization. However, it was later revealed that it was not a case of bronchitis, but was actually a bad case of double pneumonia, which, due to his age and past problems, which we'll get into later, they raised a lot of concerns for healthcare providers. Now, throughout this whole situation, the public was receiving a lot of updates on the Pope's health. Now, a lot of these updates were very positive until February 28th. As reported by Carlin for the Daily Mail, Pope Francis suffered a breathing crisis, causing him to have a coughing fit combined with a vomiting fit, causing him to inhale some of his vomit and had to be placed on a non-invasive ventilator. Now, the following days after that were much better, and as of the time of performing this speech, his health has been steadily increasing. Now, these health issues for the Pope are scary, but they're not necessarily new. As I said, he is increasing in age. He is 88 years old, so health problems are kind of par for the course. But it's all kind of exacerbated by the fact that as a young man, Pope Francis actually had part of his lung removed because he contracted a rare disease in Argentina. According to De Silva and Rajvanshi from NBC on February 14th, Pope Francis has had influenza and other issues repeatedly on and off again for these past 2 years, and has had several surgeries to repair various issues that he was going through. Now, all of these concerns raise the question, what if the Pope can no longer serve? So if a Pope can no longer serve, the first thing that happens is all of his affairs are immediately put on pause. And once all of those are organized, then cardinals, which are basically higher-ranking bishops all around the world, are assembled to discuss who the next pope could be and to get ready for conclaves. Now, for any of you who are not aware, a conclave is basically a papal election. According to Geyser from Delaware Online on March 2nd, 2025, 120 cardinals under the age of 80 assemble in the Sistine Chapel, and they lock themselves in and will not exit until a new pope is selected. Now, the way that they let the public know about the selection process of the Pope is actually very interesting. They have to get a 2/3 vote in order for a Pope to be selected. So if they have a vote and the 2/3 is not acquired, then they burn the ballots and they release black smoke to let the public know that the Pope has not been chosen. However, if the 2/3 vote is accomplished, then they release it with a chemical that releases white smoke, which lets the public know a new Pope is selected and he will shortly be revealed to the public. So in conclusion, the recent medical drama of Pope Francis has woken up the world to the fact that the Pope, despite being the chosen leader of the Church, is still very mortal. It reminds us that life is fleeting and that we should enjoy the time that we have left. It also lets the Church know that we need to be ready and we need to be prepared if something were to happen to the Pope, that we need to be ready to have a new Pope. As the Pope suffers through this crisis, let us all send our prayers and our thoughts to him and for the whole Church. Thank you.